today's range is new. I heard that they were like more recently cut, and as you can probably see behind me, there's a ton of cover and undergrowth, and so the targets are a little bit darker. We're also starting a lot earlier this morning, and we're starting on the backlit side of the course.
It's going to be hard. There's a lot of good girls shooting in this class, so I'm excited.
Some business as usual in the women's known pro category, and PJ Riley, here is a look at how they finished coming off of the range.
Absolutely. We've got Paige Pearce, the venerable Paige Pearce. 444 is our leader, followed closely by Tanja Gellenthien, 434. Danielle Woodie at 430. Morgan Rives had a big day today to get to 424, as did Katelyn Bordwell to get to 422.
And we look at 400 points as par, so we'll say that Paige is 44 up. But now it's time to get competition underway. So let's welcome our archers to the field of play. Here's Nathan Brooks.
Welcome back to Foley Sports Center here, and we're going to get the action started this afternoon with the women's known pro class. Your fifth place qualifier from Tully, New York, 7 years shooting as a pro. Shooting for Hoyt, Katelyn Bordwell. In fourth place from Natchez, Mississippi, 4 years shooting as a pro, and she shoots an elite bow, Morgan Rives. Your third place qualifier from Elkton, Maryland. 2nd year shooting as a pro, also shooting an elite bow, Danielle Woodie. And in 2nd place from Winchester, Kentucky, 7 years shooting as a pro, shooting a Darton, Tanja Gellenthien. And your first place qualifier from Red Bluff, California, 14 years shooting as a pro, shooting for Bowtech, Paige Pearce.
So archers are going to make their way to their shooting box, and Paige will be in our first shooting position. That's a stand turkey. And then as they qualified in 5th place, we go all the way down to our Bordwell Impala. And now it's time for these archers to get out the rangefinder, have a little look at their sight tape and their marks, and they're going to make adjustments. And as Katie Bordwell is taking a look through the binos, she's trying to figure out where to shoot.
Absolutely. And Greg, she's looking down at our Bordwell Impala, which is 37 yards out. Paige Pearce is starting out on the longest target. That is the stand turkey at 47.5 yards. Tanja Gellenthien looking down at the elevation mule deer. That's 40 yards.
1 minute to shoot the arrow. Most archers are just going to get after it straight away, especially in this known pro category. And then once arrows fly and all 5 have shot, we're going to get to our scoring. A good look at Gellenthien, who has been shooting 3D for a couple of years now, even before the women's no pro category was in play. And as soon as it was a pro category, she jumped right into the class. So we'll get to our first scoring target. It's the stand turkey, and it's Paige Pearce.
Greg, when we talk about Paige Pearce, we have to mention last year, Paige Pearce, there were 6 tournaments. Paige won all 6. She was our shooter of the year, obviously.
Yeah, and our benchmark.
To come in with a 10-point lead, I mean.
Now that was a close one for her, though, for Paige.
Yes, it was.
She almost gave 2 points back to the rest of the field. And so she didn't quite do that. It caught the line. And there's another solid 10. on the elevation mule deer for Tanja Gellenthien. Then we move to the center target. That's our closest target, 33 yards.
33 yards.
On the Sheboygan Coyote.
Danielle Woodie. Danielle Woodie takes it 12.
Nice shot.
University of the Cumberland's archer is Danielle Woodie.
Representing the up-and-comers in archery.
She is. Morgan Rives as well, also young archer.
Of course, for Danielle Woodie, she made the shoot down here last year as well.
Yes, she did. Katie Bordwell takes an 8 on the Bowdoodle Impala.
So now the archers are going to shift. PJ, tell us about it.
Yes, so we've got 5 targets out here. Paige was our #1 qualifier, so she goes to #2. Katie Bordwell was down at target #5, the Bowdoodle Impala, so she loops around and comes back to #1. And essentially, Paige being the top qualifier, she'll never have to loop around. She just shoots 1 through 5.
And you can see the targets on the bottom of your screen in that innermost ring, the larger ring that encompasses those 3 smaller rings. That is the 10 ring, and that's what most people just kind of say, all right, 10 is par. And they shoot 20 arrows, 1 arrow at each target in day #1 of qualifying, and then do it again this morning. Get up at 7:30 or get to the range at 7:30, start flinging arrows. So the par, or even, is 400 points, and that's why we saw Paige Pearce at a 444 with 26 bonus rings. So that means that she shot 112, 1-8.
1-8.
Yeah.
For 40 targets. That's a good weekend. And their courses were stout.
Mm-hmm.
There's Danielle, just shot a little bit right on that gold tip bore.
Second arrow done and dusted to the stand turkey.
Oh,
just high.
Katie Bordwell.
Going for that 14.
She definitely did.
Why not? She's in that position. She was 6 points back after the first arrow. You just got to start gunning for it. Scott and Ken are our scorers out there. So a 10 for Paige Pearce on the elevation mule deer. Gellenthien, her shot on the Sheboygan Coyote.
Just missed. Oh, that's close.
She did call the upper.
Yeah. Yep, that was just out.
Yeah. So you can see that in that moment, Tanja was actually reaching down. There's a cone at the feet of each archer, and if they want to call the upper 12 ring, they've got to reach down and put that in the front of their shooting box and leave it until their arrow is called. So that way the judges can see what they called. The bottom 12 is always in play, as Nathan Brooks told us earlier.
That was an 8 for Danielle Woodie. Now to Morgan Rives. 12.
Yeah, 12.
Who's heard a 448 is Morgan Rives.
So now for Rives, she moves to one of the more difficult. We're having a debate in the booth here as to what's the more difficult. The turkey's hard to see, but it's 47.5 yards downrange. But there are at least some marks and some ridges, I guess you could say.
White feather marks, paint.
But that 43-yard wild boar, the gold tip boar, is, even archers have said, it's one of the more difficult ones to shoot at because it's hard to see anything. So Rives going to have a look. Again, minute on the clock. So what we see is...
There you see her clicking her sight, Greg, just getting that number right. What she's doing is turning a little dial, and that scope moves up and down to the distance that she wants to shoot it, to where she can aim right at what she wants to hit.
Bordwell already shot. She got really aggressive on it. Tanja Gellenthien, if it's not feeling right, she lets down. That could be an 8, or if it's touching that line, it could count as a 10.
Tanja Gellenthien had a big indoor season this year.
She sure did.
Winning the Lancaster Archery Classic and
Vegas.
She did win it. Okay. I've been giving away titles all day. Wanted to make sure I wasn't giving that one away.
So Morgan Rives already with 2 12s. Called the upper 12 on the stand turkey. And it just sails a bit wide.
456 for Morgan Rives.
I like Morgan's aggressiveness, though.
I imagine Katie's doing nothing but shooting at 14s. Yep. She just can't find him.
Not yet. Katie shooting skinnies, too.
Skinny error, yeah.
Paige Pearce in our middle target. That's the Shibuya Coyote. Pretty easy 10.
Now here's Tanja at the gold tip bore. There we go.
Yep. And on this one, she did not call the upper. She did in the last one.
There it is.
12. Gets a couple back on our leader.
466.
That'll close the gap to 8 points.
What's Danielle? Looks like a center 10 here.
So we'll rotate one more. So we have 2 more arrows left in this pro pressure point shoot down regulation arrows.
Regulation.
So
yes.
then what happens? We have the possibility of going to 6th arrow, but why?
So anyone within 10 points of our leader, if no one is within 10 points, which is still possible, then the person who is in the lead just wins outright. But anyone who is within 10 points, we shoot our last chance archery, last chance arrow to give us the 6th arrow. And as it stands right now, yeah, Paige and Tanja would be in our last arrow.
Wouldn't surprise me if Paige maybe took a breath and let Tanja shoot before she makes a decision on what she's going to do. The right side of your screen, just out of your picture, Gellenthien's already back at full draw as we look at Rives and Woodie.
Yeah, we see the targets that they're going to be shooting underneath. Well, to Morgan Rives, it's the one to her left. She's shooting at the elevation mule deer. Danielle Woodie at the stand turkey. And we're going to see exactly what they hit. Oh, Morgan Rives went for the 14. The elevation mule deer. Danielle Woodie. Is that full draw? That's a long hold.
Ooh.
Oh, got it.
And she did not call
She
upper.
got it.
Now, I can tell you down at the right, Gellenthien called for upper. And she may have caught it on the Bowdoodle Impala. That
Paige just, that's going to make it as a 10, I believe. But Danielle Woodie, I want to see this because this is the longest target on the range, Greg.
What a shot. Too easy in the 12 ring.
Come on.
We have not seen a lot of those this day.
No fear.
And she's like, yeah, all right.
I meant to do that.
Yeah, good. Elevation mule deer for Morgan Rives. Outright in the 8 ring.
It's going to move her to 464. There's Katie Bordwell on the gold tip, or no, excuse me, the Shibuya Coyote.
All right, now up front, this is
Still.
where things are getting interesting. Oh yeah, they're having a look still at the Shibuya Coyote. So
She's
that's an 8.
still gunning for those 14s.
So now let's transition over to the gold tip bore where Paige Pearce kind of let one drift a little bit left.
Again, as we were saying, hard to see.
No, yeah,
But
hard
yeah,
to see
she
the
got
target.
that.
Yeah, she did
That's
get
a
it.
10.
And I think she's going to be a little relieved on that one.
Yep.
Because that would have been quite the point swing because I think as we get to our last target here, the Bowdoodle Impala, that Gellenthien did call the upper and she
there we
got
go.
it. So that's 12.
Yes.
So that's only 2 points. And
478.
that could have been a 4-point swing. So Gellenthien's getting in the draft of Paige Pearce, but time is running out.
Time is running out.
So now what happens is Gellenthien moves to our stand turkey. This is one of the most difficult of the 2 difficult ones we have. It's the longest poke, but at least it has some definition to it. Where for Paige Pearce, she rotates to the Bowdoodle Impala, which the Bowdoodle Impala is how far away, PJ?
37 yards.
And it's got some definition, the color of the target with the overhead lighting. So Gellenthien, I think at this point, she only has a 6-point advantage over Woodie, so it's a question of, do I try to go for a 14, the impossible 14, and take the risk and possibly slip down to third? We'll see what the dart shooter's going to do against this Bowtech shooter right now.
And we see Paige's unique setup there with her stabilizers. There's no other ladies out here doing that, and that just helps her get that balance. She likes that weight away from the bow. And as you can see, look at that front stabilizer. That's what we look at to see movement, and it's just not moving. Oh, just over the 12.
Yeah, she didn't call up her, so that would have been in play.
Yeah.
Gellenthien on that stand, turkey.
There's Katie Bordwell. Danielle Woodie coming to full draw. She is on the elevation mule deer.
Hinge release, rotating through the shot.
Oh, center punched it. Are you kidding? Danielle Woodie is an assassin out there.
Absolutely. Aggressive and hitting them. Stand turkey.
Oh, this one's close, Greg.
For Gellenthien. I can't see if she didn't call up her. So she called
No,
lower.
the cone's behind her. I see it.
Oh, I don't think so. It's so hard with that seam right there.
That seam, I think. Ah, 10, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
That
I
seam kind of showed you.
The heartbreak is more for the score than it is the call. I think, we all knew that it was just a smidge outright. Do the elevation.
No question here. Easy. 484 for Danielle Woodie. Oh, and here we go. There's Morgan Rives.
Morgan Rives going for the hot one.
Good
14,
for her.
And smoked it.
478 for Morgan Rives.
What's Woodie have?
Danielle Woodie is at a 484.
484.
Yep.
So again, it goes within 10 points as we've shot all 5 of our arrows in this pro pressure point shoot down, the women's known pro category here at the Foley Event Center in Foley, Alabama.
If this is just a 10, then Danielle Woodie's going to stay in. Yeah.
Yep. So we should see 3 shooters. Okay.
She just made it into
the final
last
arrow.
chance arrow. Last chance archery, last chance arrow.
You got it. So 494 for Paige Pearce.
Yeah, so our podium's going to finish. Morgan Rives going to finish in 4th at 478. Katelyn Bordwell 5th, 459.
So now we're going to bring out the Blessbach. And where they're going to put it is completely and utterly irrelevant.
We don't know.
Yeah. And we do know that the antlers are a little, wow. All right, if you're just joining our broadcast here and you're looking at this Blessbach, these are brand new Delta McKenzie targets each tournament. That right there,
Look at
PJ,
that hole.
PJ, tell us about that hole in the head of that Blessbach.
In our senior pro shoot down, Tony Tanja was our leader, and basically he didn't have to shoot the last target. He could have not shot it and he would have won. Mike Tyrell gave him the option of, hey, if you can hit this thing in the eye, I'm going to give this target away to a kid in the audience. Tony just missed it, hit it between the eyes, but Mike Tyrell gave away the target anyway.
Yeah, it was good. It was a lot of entertainment, a lot of fun, and Tony Tanja had a big smile on his face. Now here's the shot.
There it is.
There it is. We brought it back from earlier in the day. This was a couple hours ago, and that was that close, but it was still good. So back to live pictures with Danielle Woodie. And so what's going to happen now is they've placed the last chance archery, last chance arrow Blessbach in the position, and now Scott with the cones in his hand is going to really pick a place to shoot. You don't shoot from the boxes necessarily that are already on there. And so each one of these archers, they're going to get an opportunity to range find it and then look through the binos, and then we're going to go 1 arrow each. And there's a 10-point lead for Paige Pearce over Danielle Woodie, and it's just a slim, and I say slim, 488 to 494. We're talking 6 points here for Gellenthien. So I think, PJ, a 14 is going to put some pressure on, and this doesn't look like an impossible 14 ring, bonus ring shot from where they are.
If I'm Danielle, I'm shooting at the 14.
Yeah, you got nothing to lose at this point.
No.
You've got guaranteed third. Is that right? Are you guaranteed third?
She is guaranteed third,
Mhm.
yes. At worst.
Yeah,
Can do no worse than third.
Exactly. And I'm going to throw a guess out there.
Go ahead. What do you got?
35 yards, 37 yards. What do you
Looks
think?
like, so the Coyote was 33. Yeah, you're probably right, because they kind of shifted off. Now they're shooting diagonally.
It's hard for us to tell in our position, but it's not the longest shot you've ever seen.
No.
So her 1 minute clock has started.
I am going to bet that the Woodie family is at home watching this. So I don't believe she has them here. Yeah.
Just her boyfriend Clay.
Boyfriend Clay Weaver's in the audience.
With 35 seconds to go.
Oh, just under it. Oh, good try.
Yep.
Her left right was perfect. Just under. I think I heard her say I couldn't see it.
That would make a lot of sense. These targets look so different in the bright sunlight than they do with this overhead lighting here.
And our lighting is even different. Like what they see is not that.
Mm-hmm, for sure. All right, so for Tanja Gellenthien, she's 6 points behind Paige Pearce. So let's talk about risk reward and what happens here.
Yeah, I mean she can.
If she
shot an 8, so she just needs to hit foam to take second place.
Okay.
To finish at second.
A 14.
It puts. I mean, that's the most pressure she can put.
Yeah, a 14 would bring her within. Paige could shoot a 10.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Gellenthien does. I think it really depends on how good her vision is on this target and what she's willing to risk. If she's able to.
A 5 and she stays where she is.
Right. Money.
Oh. Which is what she shot. I don't think she could see it either. Oh, I don't know what she was shooting at back there.
14 way to the
Whoops.
right. I mean, the elevation was perfect.
Yeah.
It was just drifted off to the right.
Must have been the wind.
Well, the other thing, too, is, it must have been the wind. Well, the AC is blowing in here. The
That's
AC
right.
is blowing. Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, that was an unusual shot.
All right. Let's see what Mike Tyrell does here. Here we go.
So Paige is 1. 494 to 493 to 492. That's your podium.
You don't have to shoot the Blesbach. You shoot the Coyote. If you hit it in the head, I'll give it away to a kid. No. You don't have to hit anything. You already won. Hit the Coyote in the head. And then go find a kid to give the target to. After we're done, of course.
All right, so the Shibuya Coyote has got a bounty on its head. Paige is going for it, obviously. I mean, she's re-range find it. She's setting her sight, and she's going for it. At this distance, though, to be honest, they just took the head off the Coyote. They just slid the head off. And the crowd loved that one as well. I don't know. If I was Mike with the level that Paige shoots, I probably would have been more specific. Like, you take the nose off, if you take the eye, if you get it in the ear. The head this is a slam dunk for Paige.
Hey, Paige is a youth favorite, so
That's
I'm
true.
sure she is loving every second of this.
Too easy.
Oh, there we go.
I thought she might go for the eye. So for some young shooter in the audience that Paige gets the pick,
Yes.
they're going to get to go home with the Coyote target.
Absolutely.
So the Delta McKenzie, Shibuya Coyote, We're going to still use it for the rest of the day, so that's going to have
Yes.
to happen after. So there'll still be, another 15-plus arrows shot into the Coyote, but a very slightly used Delta McKenzie Shibuya Coyote target for one youth, and we'll see what Paige ends up doing.
So
And
there she is right now, picking her winner.
Oh,
Of course it's a young girl.
of course it is. So she just won herself, courtesy of the ASA and Paige Pearce.
Courtesy of Paige Pearce winning her 7th ASA in a row.
Unbelievable.
That's just going back to last year. I can't remember what she won the year before that. So she's going to come over and get the headset on, Greg, and we're going to ask her about this big victory.
I think, PJ, in all the years that I've been around Paige, you would have to say that one of the most pressure shots she ever had to take in her entire life has to be the shot that was just taken. Right,
There
Paige?
she is.
First of all, congratulations.
Yes,
what a
congrats.
win.
I was
But-
so happy he picked an animal with an eye I could actually see.
Yeah, I know. If he would have gone for the boar, it would have been pretty miserable, I would think.
Or even the blessed bug.
Yeah, for sure. Well, congratulations. Big win. Tell us about your round. How did it feel?
Oh, we couldn't see anything. That's what we were discussing out there. Until I shot the Impala, I hadn't seen like a 10 line yet, which I'm used to seeing. So it was kind of guessing a little bit, which obviously being out there and in front of the people and it being the final, that's not what you want. But the lighting is just different indoors. You lose the clarity of the target.
Paige, 6 for 6 last year. You won all 6. Now we're coming into 2024, 7 in a row now. How does that make you feel? That streak.
It makes me nauseous. It's stressful. Honestly, every time, like the pressure just builds and builds and builds. So, yeah, it's going to keep building, but I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep working at it and just try to keep the streak going.
All right. Well, Paige, congratulations on winning this and being the benchmark for all of the women's known pro category. Great
Thank you, guys.
job.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. So Paige Pearce comes away with the win and is able to give away a nice gift of one Delta McKenzie Shibuya Coyote to a young fan, and I'm sure their family appreciates it. And you never know, the fan she gave that target to could be the champ in a few short years. We have more coming at you from the 2024 Delta McKenzie ASA Pro-Am Tour. The Hoyt and Easton Pro-Am is happening right now, and Known Pro is on deck.
Ryan Jeffries, Mr. Ryan Reed, Chris Hacker, Alan Connor, Benny Barger, and your number 1 qualifier from Voorheesville, New York, Jacob Sluzard.
I thought I could hang with these guys, and I wanted to prove that, but winning after 5 tournaments it's a lot.
The X-10 is the most successful arrow in competitive archery history, accounting for far more medals than any other individual piece of sporting equipment in Olympic history. Easton introduces the latest innovation to the X-10 lineup, the 4mm Parallel Pro. Parallel Pro offers legendary X-10 precision for all forms of archery. Elevate your precision. Your journey to the podium begins with Easton X-10.
Paige Pearce, your Women's Open Pro champion. Open Pro champ, Bodie Turner. And our champion, Casey Koffel, LAS Classic champ, Brady Ellison.
Jyoti Benham takes the win.
Nick Cappers, Classic Open Pro champ.
Sub 4 pounds, 8 feet per second faster. Our goal wasn't just light and fast. It was how light and how fast.
Yeah, buddy.
I have to shoot the best or there's just no point in doing it. I'm blown away at just how easy each arrow tunes right out of the box. Ultra arrows, the pinnacle of precision and performance.
I thought I put a lock on that thing.
Here you go, Tony.
Who told you to bring me these? These are not going to work for indoor arrows. I want you to bring me all the tack driver 375s we have.
Okay.
Wait. I want to make sure you understood. All of the tack driver 375s we have.
Okay.
The MTO team at Lancaster Archery Supply is always ready to custom build your arrows for hunting, competition, or backyard fun.